Get Into Gate. This is episode 101. I'm really going to have to get used to just there's extra
100.
words now. 100 and...
Can we go 101?
101.
101. I don't get paid enough to say 100. 10. So much easier. We are Get Into Gate, some old school Stargate fans introducing a new viewer of the show, one episode every week per podcast. My name is Mitch. Joining me, the veteran fans of Stargate SG-1, we got Matty Gibson.
Yo.
We got Brennan Gibson.
Hello.
And our first timer, Rhys Gibson. Welcome along,
G'day,
boys.
guys.
Here we are. On to the next 100. Push on. Okay. It's what coaches used to say in football. It's like we've just come out of halftime. Nil all.
Nil all
It's
now.
nil all.
Nil
Hit it
all.
out there. It's the start of the
I
game.
don't
Nil all.
Yeah, it's the start of the game.
The coach, we're up 50-0. Nil all.
Nil.
Nil all.
But we're down 50. Nil all.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I don't care. We got to win this half. All right?
Really? We won the half 10-0. You lost 40-10. Well, come on, mate.
You're making no sense
Classic.
here, boss.
Come on, coach. All right, we are talking about Desperate Measures, episode 11 of season 5. Before we get into asking Rhys what he thought of it, let's go back to how at least some of us in the room are watching the old DVDs, which have been in our collections for some years, the prized possessions they are. See what the synopsis has to say, and then we'll go
add
and
the weirdest
throw it
things.
over to Rhys.
The best
Carter
things.
is abducted by a reclusive billionaire who wants to perform medical experiments on her using a deadly alien life form. It's called a Gould. We've known about them for a while. In the hopes of finding a cure to his own life-threatening disease. Thanks to the spoilers, over to you, Rhys. What did you think?
Oh, look, the start of this. I don't think we've had more of an exciting opening, like pre-credits opening. You got Russians ambushing to capture a Jafar. You got ninjas stealing Carter and a surprised homeless man.
Ninjas.
Like, it was just epic. And then there was just rubbish after that. Pretty much. It was
Actually,
just
I like
full of dialogue.
anything with Jack and Maybourne
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
But everything else is so boring.
It still felt like a poor man's chain reaction to me.
Yeah.
Like chain reaction, Jack and Maybourne is so much better
yeah.
than what this was.
And this is what I'm talking about in Earth-based episodes.
Yeah.
Like, Maybourne isn't in a lot more. So they
yeah.
you remove all that Jack Maybourne gold, you're stuck with boringness.
Yeah.
And it continues
yeah.
those Earthbound
The
eps.
kind of the
Not
resolution.
not SGC bound, but like, outside of
Yeah.
the SGC Earthbound eps.
The resolution I came to is this felt like an unfinished movie. It was so unsatisfying. It was like watching DC. No, it was like you went in.
Marvel TV.
It's like you watched like half a movie or like the first act of a movie.
Yeah.
And it's unresolved and it's unfinished.
Yeah.
Which is normally fine on a TV series, but it's like if this was the first half of a two-parter and the next episode of the Adrian Conrad arc
Yeah.
was next week, it might save a little bit. But Adrian
I couldn't
Conrad...
handle 2 of these.
Well, no, if you think about it, the Adrian Conrad arc continues in 48 hours
Yeah.
and then finishes in... oh, God, what's that episode? There's a third one.
With Simmons.
It's like Prometheus Unbound or something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the Adrian Conrad arc is actually good. This is just the shit one. So it's like if we had the second episode being one of those 2 episodes to back this up, it might be like Joel Allen's Memories, Devil You Know, where it's like the second half saves the first half. But this as a standalone is just kind of like...
I would have liked the good to go into him earlier in the episode, so then
Yeah.
there's more kind of Arch Gould stuff that might be more interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did like it. I saw it as I was watching it. I saw it as more of a CSI, Law and Order, like who done it sort of. Let's
Yeah.
figure this out. It's a mystery, and then we get to the conclusion. A lot of dialogue, not a lot of action, and for SG-1, I'm obviously if there's a lot of dialogue, I don't really pay attention. But yeah, I mean, it's just
So weird.
I need some action.
Offensive.
I don't know, like
Shoot someone.
I just found myself like on my phone and then be like, oh shit, I got to concentrate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It just for the opening I was expecting something like awesome.
Yeah, I would have loved for them to explore more. We haven't really seen what happens when it's like when a fresh primtar that's like just gotten old enough to
Matured,
take a
yeah.
host takes a host. It's like, well, who was that Gua'uld? Who was it the offspring of?
Yeah.
Did we see the mark on the forehead of the Jafar who was...
Yeah, was it? It wasn't Cronus, was it?
Yeah.
can't remember.
I think it was.
Or it was the M&M one.
Oh, Svarog, the little, like
Yeah.
the 6 squares.
I think it was
whatever
one of them.
was. So it's like,
I'm
well,
pretty sure it was a Cronus one.
Yeah, it looked like
let's
Cronus.
find out what that Primtar knows, or how.
Yeah, right.
What is it? It's experiencing bipedal motion for the first time. Yes, I
Yeah.
guess this genetic memory knows what it's like to take a host, but it's never been to Earth before. It doesn't have genetic memory of being on Earth before.
Yeah.
Things. I would have liked to have seen the exploration of that, and I think you're right. It's like if the Goa'uld had taken control of the host a lot earlier, we might have been able to explore some of that.
But it's they left it pretty wide open at the end. Like, obviously, this is going to come up again.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we see Adrian Conrad a couple more times.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, really? Okay.
But
Yeah.
again, the next two
Put your phone
episodes...
inside the cupboard because otherwise you're going to reach for it again.
No, but that's it. The other two Adrian Conrad episodes are really good. It's like 48 Hours and Unnatural
Yeah, I like
Selection
48 hours.
And then Unnatural Selection / Prometheus Unbound. It's one of those two. They're the
It's not Prometheus Unbound.
Oh, no, sorry. I'm Prometheus. Like,
Yeah.
Unnatural Selection Prometheus,
Yeah.
sorry. It's season 6. Which, again, good episodes.
Yeah.
He doesn't feature as much in them. He's just kind of a tertiary kind of thing, but they're good episodes from what I remember. But yeah, this was a bit, and the silly like silver metallic-y cushions that they're all like, he's on his in the surgical chamber thing, and he's like on these unnecessarily like futuristic
Oh, yeah,
looking
it was
silver
the ones
cushions.
from Hathor that they had to reuse. From not Hathor, the Serpents, whatever it was. The second Hathor episode.
Oh, the
The end
future
of-
one,
yeah.
Out of Mind.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I like the possibility that maybe what he was doing was going to actually get shit done. The Conrad, like, you know, they said he had all this money. You know, he's got the information. He's found out about this, that these aliens exist, what they could possibly do. It's not even like he's out there trying to, you know, hey, sell the story or anything. It's going to serve no purpose. He's got, like, his minions. It's not like he was keeping the secret. Like, his minions were there with Carter. He's openly talking to Carter with these essentially just bodyguards about the idea of aliens that they can heal and all this sort of shit. And that he's got these scientists, you know, working towards taking out whatever it is in a Goa'uld to, you know, without obviously having the Goa'uld go inside him, but using what they have to help heal him. And yeah, sure, it might help other people later on, and that's the excuse they give to Carter, is that, oh, you'll help millions of people, but every bit of money that he has is going into the research to try and make this shit happen. It's like, yeah, I guess that Fraser and the other scientists that work for and with SG-1, that they're doing that as well, but they almost get caught up in the do you really think we should sort of camp a lot of the time? Whereas these guys are like, no, we're just going to do this. We don't care who we hurt,
they don't know what a Goa'uld is. They don't understand what the repercussions are. They don't realize that it's going to take them over and all that kind of stuff. And it gave me a little bit of rewatching it now. Gave me a little bit of what we criticised Jurassic World for, the latest one. It's like when they were bidding on dinosaurs and you could get a dinosaur for a couple of mil. It's like, is $10 million really that much? Maybe it is in 2001 money, but 2018 money is $10 million for a Goa'uld and a Jafar, basically. Is that a lot of money?
Yeah.
You know?
It is for
Especially
Maybourne,
when
I
they're-
guess.
when
3
they're-
mil.
Well, he got 3 out of it.
Yeah.
If
I
they're
forgot
so
that he
rare.
was in on it, too.
Yeah.
That was
he was
weird.
he was like the broker. He was like the one that put everyone in touch with everyone to get it.
Yeah.
And what, twice, maybe 3 times this episode, he went full Obi-Wan Kenobi, like, well, what I told you was true from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I didn't know why they took her, and I didn't know where they took her, but I was pretty sure I knew who did it, but you didn't ask me that,
Yeah.
so I never lied.
Yeah.
The issue I had with the opening scene that Rhys loves so much with all the Russians, why does the military think berets are like intimidating? Why do military people wear berets?
So, wow, this guy's not even afraid of bad fashion. What else could he be up to? I do like the beret,
he
though.
looks like a little French girl with a mustache. Like what? What? Thanks, Jack. I love it.
Selling
I love
cookies.
a good pity laugh. But yeah, it's like, really, why would like if you say green beret, I'm like, oh, that's a badass. Just calling someone a green beret. They don't need to wear a green beret. Like, I was like, really, guys? Yeah, not a fan. And thing that really put me off, and maybe it's me being overly PC 2018, sort of, you know, being too touchy. why were we supposed to laugh at the homeless man, the crazy old man homeless guy?
Yeah, I felt
It's
a little
why?
bit like that when Jack walked away and he's like, "You're gonna bring them magazines, aren't you?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you betcha." And I'm like, "Oh, well, now you're kind of making fun of the bloke because I don't think
Well,
you're gonna bring them back."
They even play
I like the ninjas bit.
Yeah, but they even play the silly
Oh.
boom boom like Humpty Dumpty music
Yeah.
behind it, and it's all played as comedy.
Feet, I said. Look at his feet. Feet like that. He's huge. I mean, never trust a man with feet that big.
Hi there.
You a cop?
Air Force. Colonel Jack O'Neill.
I was in there.
Yeah? What company?
Vacation. A long time ago.
That was brilliant.
That was a good line.
Yeah, actually, like watching it, having forgot that he played any role in this story, when they sort of, pan across the shrubs or whatever, and you see Carter walking through, around the corner with a bag to put in the boot or whatever, and you see the homeless guy just going through the bin, like he's in the foreground, but he's out of focus, and I'm like, I'm thinking as, like a
gotta be in
director,
it.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I wonder why you would, like,
odd choice.
What's an odd choice,
Yeah.
dress this sort of scene like that to have him as like background, and then like he obviously witnesses it, and I was like, okay, so it's a homeless guy, and then I know you mentioned it, Rhys, but when he turns around, he goes, ninjas, and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I didn't mind. It was like a little bit of levity, like it wasn't an overly threatening scene, like she just got captured, but it's like pre-credits, like she's going to be okay. She's got 40 minutes to be found, but I like that just like breather little line there. I thought that was
I
kinda-
think
I get
because
that he
even
had-
Bella said, "Oh, is he going to help her?" And I'm like, "No." And I think that line kind of confirms that
I understand
obviously he is
that,
no condition to help her.
yeah, and I understand that it kind of makes sense that he was nuts because it's like if any of us saw a woman get abducted by those guys into a rape wagon, it's like, well, you're
Yeah.
going to report that. You're going to report that.
Yeah.
So I think the idea behind it was even if he did go and report that to the police, and he'd be
Yeah.
like, ninjas came and took a girl in a van. They'd be like, oh, that's crazy old Terry from out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, this isn't our first homeless guy. Remember in Holiday when Michello,
Yeah.
and that guy went and had ice cream sundaes? It's like, yeah, he was a guy down on his luck, and he was homeless and stuff like that. But we weren't supposed to laugh at him. And then there's kind of this weird, like, oh, O'Neill's being such a good guy because he's bringing magazines to this guy. It's like, and gave him $2. It's like, mate, help him out. Take him to a shelter. Buy him a hot meal. Give him some clothes.
Have a
mate.
meal on me.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
So I was like-
I didn't really see it as we need to pity the homeless guy because he's obviously not all there. Did he want O'Neill's help? He only asked for $1. You know what I mean? And he asked for the magazines. O'Neill gave him that. But really, O'Neill's just like, I'll give you something if you give me information. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I don't think we
But
were
if I
really...
stumbled across a guy like that, like living on the street, obviously not all there mentally needed help. It's like, well, the amount of resources Jack has at his disposal, with how many ex-military people need like psychological help and stuff like that with post-traumatic stress and all these things. He has all that stuff available to him. He could get that guy some help. But what does he do?
He's not ex-military. He went to Nam on vacation.
No, I'm saying the military has. If you listen to what I'm saying, the military.
Oh, Jesus.
You always say you don't
Bite
listen.
my fucking head off. Because I don't.
Yeah. The military has access to psychologists because they help ex-military people.
I can't just get civilians in.
They're not going to say, hey, I found a homeless guy.
chuck him in.
Give him some free psychology.
There's heaps of like group facilities like that all around America that aren't run by the military, but they're for people to go and get help.
And if this guy wanted help, he'd go get help.
but he
I don't know
can't
why
'cause
Jack-
he's.
Why?
No, my issue is that Jack is painted to be this nice guy because he made the effort to go and pull the National Geographic magazines out of his closet and bring them back to that guy, only to
Oh, it's just
further
a spring
the plot.
clean more than anything.
Yeah, well, I mean, apparently the initial line was written they were going to be playboys, and they thought,
Yeah.
no, we better drag that back a bit. But I just thought, oh, and then that was just kind of left, and it's like, well, Jack being a nice guy, I think would want to give that guy help. Like he's got all these resources available. Take him to a homeless shelter.
Didn't
Buy
he
him-
say how
buy him a
much
hot
is it going
meal.
to cost for you to tell me? You would have given him more than that. $2 or something.
Yeah, he gave him a bunch of notes.
No, he gave him $2 when he asked for one, and then he
And
said,
then he said,
how much is it going to cost me?
Yeah.
And then he said, "Oh, I'm just a guy with blah blah blah." And he said, "Oh, well, I'm just a guy with
Ah,
a closet
it's gonna cost
with a
the
thing
National
full. It's going to
Geographics.
cost the National Geographics magazine." It's like,
Right.
really? I don't know. I just feel like if I was in that situation, I'd get that guy some help. I'd take him to a homeless shelter, or get him some help somewhere with all the resources they have available.
Get him a
to
hooker.
him. Sure. I mean, get him a shower first for the hooker's sake, but
Get him 2 lap dances with $2.
but just the fact that the show kind of made it, they played like
It's weird. It's
the
weird.
Harlan Tin Man ergo goofy music.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to laugh at this poor guy who's down on his luck.
clunky.
And I was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just didn't know if I was being overly sensitive about it, or I was just like, it's just one of those things where sometimes you watch something that was, done years and years ago that was fine at the time, and now when you put it into a modern lens, you're like, oh, was that the best thing to do?
I still found it funny.
Oh yeah, there was some comedy.
We
in
weren't
there,
laughing
but-
because he was homeless. We're laughing because of the jokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was saying some.
But
funny
you definitely
stuff.
wouldn't see it today. There's no way they'd
No.
have a show with that.
No, and play it off as comedy.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
No.
play it off as, and then nothing happened. It's like, well, Jack dropped off those magazines and he wasn't there at the time. He could be dead in a gutter. We don't know.
Probably
How
was,
would you? Yeah. How would you
Um,
play it off though? Like if you did it to I don't know, somber.
Well, you just have some kids playing basketball or some shit. Who cares?
Yeah.
Well, no, because
Today
he
is
went
what
back
I'm saying.
4 days ago. She got abducted 4 days ago, so they needed
Well, the
someone
kids
that was going to
don't go to the same
be
basketball
there.
court.
4 days ago.
Kids play basketball after school every day.
Rhys would know. He didn't go to grade 12.
I'm not a basketball kind of guy. Spend most of my time
He's
indoors.
like, hey, kids, you see anyone? Yeah, but we don't tell anybody because
Yeah, that was just like, yeah. So
we don't talk. Yeah,
we don't talk. We don't
yeah, I
wanna
just
get
thought
in
it was
trouble.
odd, given that
Hoodlums.
old mate from Holiday was, a more well-rounded character. I just thought, oh, that's an interesting choice. But yeah,
I guess I liked how they used I think it was the last Maybourne episode, and you, Brennan, said, oh, this is where you start to like Maybourne, and he's lost the obvious villainy that he
Yeah,
had
he's
the
lost-
first couple
yeah.
of episodes that he was in.
He's lost that Simmons touch, that
Yeah.
Kinsey touch.
Yeah, exactly. Last
Yeah.
one, it was like, oh, okay, he's a bit of a dick, but you know what? When we see him at the end in the Caribbean or whatever, we're kind of like,
Yeah.
you
He's
old
alright.
clown, eh?
Yeah, all right,
You know,
old
like,
shagger.
go on, get on, go on,
he's
have
an
a
enemy of the
cocktail.
state, but he's
You know?
alright.
Yeah.
So when he
maybe
comes
that's
here
why.
and he shows up, he's like, Carter, he's like, wow, okay. And he goes, this is Carter to me. He goes, Jack, and you know what? I don't know. And if I did know where she was, I would tell you, And then he's like, you wouldn't just be here to just talk to me. What else is going on? Can't be here anymore. And then he goes and speaks to the woman and sort of says, I'm here about a missing,
Major.
Air Force major. And asks her questions. She's like, oh, shit, he's kind of on Jack's side, but he's doing his own thing. Oh, hang on, no, he's got some background. Well, that's what Simmons said. Simmons said maybe he was dirty. And then Simmons has got his own thing going on, but then, like, come the end, like, Maybourne was, like, playing everybody kind of thing, but
Yeah.
he was playing, say, Party A to help later on to help Party B, but then he was playing Party B because it was going to help him mess up Party A
Party
later.
B.
Like, it was just
Oh, no,
like...
that's Cardi B.
I
sorry.
liked what he did, and I fell for it because he made me kind of like him the last episode that he was around, so I trusted him, and you betrayed me, you son of a bitch.
he's just in it for himself.
Yeah.
He's just a bit nicer these days because he's not all networked up.
Yeah, well, I suppose he doesn't have the
Doesn't know
pressure
anyone,
from the
so
NID
he
and
needs
the
help.
Pentagon and
Yeah,
I just like how-
he's not
Stuff.
untouchable now, so he needs people's help.
Yeah.
So he's got to be
Yeah.
nicer to
I
him.
like how slippery he is now.
yeah.
Like he's like, of course, Jack, I'll be here. And then he's like, Jack's like, don't touch that gun. And he's like, my favorite line of this is like, what do you want me to back you up or not?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, the way he delivers that,
Yeah.
such a slimy bugger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know what you're like. There's no way you're just going to back him
So
up.
creepy, but just so good.
Yeah. You only wanted to go into the building so that you didn't have to stay back with the SWAT team or the local cops.
Yeah,
Knowing
He
that you're
wanted-
going to go to jail.
He wanted to be in there too. So it's like, well, what information can he glean? What
Yeah.
upper hand can he get somewhere that knowing that he could slip away?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just have to interject. Brendan's kids are here, and little Bella was just playing with my little custom figurines that I made. And she's changed Carter to be like, she's taken the rifle off O'Neill and given it to Carter, so she's double gunning like Ellen Ripley.
excellent.
Just looking completely
Yeah.
badass. And how old's Bella? She's like what? 5, 6?
6, yeah.
Yeah. She's found Carter straight away, double gunned her up, and she's Ellen Ripley.
Powerful women.
Love it. Well done.
So yeah, NID like that. It was pretty intertwined here when Simmons, especially at the end, when Simmons come in and shot Jack.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, did he know that he had a bloody vest on? Well, even if he did know, he still shot him in the arm, right?
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. He wanted to take him down. So
yeah, I mean, it's. I think it was a pretty shit ending, but at the same time, it was pretty intriguing.
yeah. Then that user 4574 goes nowhere. It's like we knew that was Simmons episodes and episodes ago. And then Maybourne's like, oh, yeah, try user 4574. And Hammond's like, oh, yeah, we know who that is. So,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. Didn't Jack know who that was as well? Weren't they all there when
I thought
Carter
so. I mean,
looked it up?
Jack never really gives a shit about stuff, so
Yeah,
maybe he'd
true.
forgotten. But he's like, oh, yeah, user 4574. Oh, yeah, we know who that is. It's like, why wouldn't Maybourne just know that it was Simmons anyway?
Yeah.
So I was like, eh. And then we never hear the mention of user 4574 again because now it's just we know it's Simmons.
Simmons, yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I don't understand
weird.
why that was all sort of built up. That was weird. The creepiest part of this episode was that frigging doctor talking to Carter.
Yeah, what was that?
He was totally like, this is probably the second week in a row I've referenced it, but
Yeah.
he went full Buffalo Bill Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, that was.
He was creepy.
Yeah.
Like, and he was,
Do you know what an honor this is?
Yeah,
You
and-
are a special woman. I'm like, dude, put your tongue back in your mouth.
and then
you
the way he
sicko.
was like personally insulted and revolted that she would lie to him. He's like, no, I know, don't feed me that horrible
Yeah.
cover story, blah, blah. And I was like,
Oh yeah.
dude, you are creepy AF.
Yeah.
Like you've taken like Nareem is just a cool casual guy compared to you. Like he was, and very and also the way it was shot as well, very close up. I mean, that was a good actor that he was, being all creepy and weird.
Yeah.
But I was like, for a one-shot actor who we never see that doctor again. It's a really interesting choice to give him that much
Yeah,
sort
it
of
was
characterization and
was-
screen time.
it was weird
for it.
how invested he was in her. Like he's done so much research and just admires her so
Yeah.
much that he's just
I almost feel like that should have been Adrian Conrad saying that to her. I feel like that should have been an exchange between
Yeah.
Carter and Conrad, not Carter and scientist number 3.
Yeah, because he obviously had no morals. He knew that they took her away without.
Without a consent, and
consent.
all that kind of stuff.
And then his first thing is, I'm excited. by
yeah,
this."
I'm so happy to be working with you.
Yeah,
But it's like you're not
so
working with
excited
her,
by
mate.
this.
You
And he's
abducted her.
like, "Eh."
He's happy to. He doesn't care just to do the science. He doesn't care what he's got to
Yeah.
do to get.
I mean,
to
those
that
two were happy
science
just to
and-
kill her to check out her brain.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we'll
Yeah,
just,
just doing
cut
what
her
they're
brain
told,
open,
eh?
And then
get
there's
some
chicks
stuff.
like, yeah, do it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
we need the milk water that's in her brain, so, so we're gonna cut her open and do it. So yeah, he was. Yeah, I wasn't about that. He was. That was not on. That was not cool. But I think they just wanted the Adrian Conrad reveal for later on when Carter escaped and
Yeah.
came around the corner.
Yeah.
I did think of both the Gibson brothers though when Carter sort of palmed that scalpel. And then she's all tied down to the bed, and then she's using the scalpel to cut through the leather, and she's just doing like a perfect wristy motion.
Yeah. We never would have thought of that.
Sure, you did.
I was so worried about
I just
it.
thought of you guys talking about the
I
AB.
told you she's like a little
AB
sister. I'm
button.
worried, defensive and jealous.
The AB button from Ascension. I thought you guys might have been using that again.
Put our dicks against the screen.
Just watch out for that scalpel. Yeah.
Just AB button over and over again.
She's tied down nicely to the
Oh. what if
Matty brought it up, mate.
what have you guys done to me that's where my brain goes with this kind of stuff now?
Mate,
You
bed.
just-
You're becoming one of the
Brought
team.
you down to the gutter.
Jesus.
But with Carter handcuffed to the bed the second time, with just the handcuffs to the rail,
Oh yeah, when she's going around it. Yeah.
she was again no guards. Just had a security camera on her again.
Oh, they didn't have enough.
Why the hell was she sitting on that bed the whole time? She was sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
At least get up, stand up, like jump over the rail because she did it when she got uncuffed.
Yeah. Go
Jump
and-
over the rail, kick the shit out of that. I'm sure that bed has wheels.
Yeah, you
Try and
use the
unbreak
gurney
it.
to like pin it up against and barricade the door or
Yeah.
something to buy some time.
I was thinking exactly
They
that.
came
Surely-
back in to give her a lethal injection. She was just still sitting in the same place. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no way would that happen.
Surely she could bend that bar to break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
For
bad
sure.
saying it, but I feel like even Mary Elizabeth Winstead in Cloverfield Lane did a better job of trying to escape
Yeah,
than Carter did.
absolutely she did.
You know?
Putting her jeans back on.
Oh, just crouching in the corner holding that big crutch like it was was better than what Carter was doing.
Oh man, that was
Oh,
such
man.
terrible. movie. Anyway,
Check out our side podcast, Get Into
Yeah.
Geek, if you want to check that out.
I mean, at one point there, Jack said something about Maybourne was Gordon or G. Gordon or something. Apparently that refers to G. Gordon Liddy, who was part of the burglaries in the Watergate scandal.
See, I know the name G. Gordon Liddy, and that's what I assumed it referred to, but I didn't know who or what G. Gordon Liddy
He just
did.
said G. Gordon, so I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. Oh, well, I know the name G. Gordon Liddy. Like, I've heard G. Gordon Liddy referenced in
Yeah.
TV shows and movies, but yeah, I didn't know the context. I assumed it was
Yeah,
an
so then
insult of
obviously
some
he's
kind.
like a spook.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's funny because I was watching Forrest Gump, and he was staying at the Watergate hotel, and then he called the maitre d' saying, or the downstairs reception saying, "Oh, there's like people with torches. I think the lights are turned off in there. Can you go and check?"
That's right.
So that's Forrest Gump busted the Watergate scandal. That's so funny.
That's
man.
right.
So good.
Love that movie.
How does
So,
everyone feel about Daniel's little quip about do you know what it feels like? Do you know what it feels like to be electrocuted?
Oh, yeah, so
and
dumb.
that's the guy. I was like, ooh.
Like, how
That
dumb was
second
he?
actor was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, right.
So
Trying to get his
bad.
gun out.
What the hell? That was
Yeah.
that's something. It's like a glitch in a video game. Like reshoot that,
Yeah.
guys. No, you're on a TV schedule.
Yeah,
you
right.
reshoot. I'm sorry, you reshoot that.
Oh, speaking of that though, I saw it's
Or
a
at
bit-
least get the Zat like shot at his feet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh,
It's a bit off topic, but it's just it's the perfect blend of everything for Lincoln, who's not here. We know he loves Stargate, and this just reminded me when you talk about video games. He loves Family Guy, and he loves the old GoldenEye from
Yeah.
what was it? Well, I was watching a
Nintendo
new episode of
64.
Family Guy the other day, and they did a spoof of GoldenEye where Peter and Meg are two characters from GoldenEye
Excellent.
playing a
Talia?
level. Probably because
Talia, whatever her name is.
yeah, because Lincoln always says
hates
Talia shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know Lincoln will be at the gym right now listening to this. And yeah, mate, I'll have to send you the link so you can see Peter and Meg do like the ice level from
Shut
GoldenEye.
up, Meg. Shoots
Well,
her.
they get to the end and they have to jump down into this sewer, and then like the camera pans back and Peter's like, and that's how you know the level's over. Like they're fully
That's
aware
funny.
that they're in a GoldenEye game. It's great. And that just reminded when you talk about a computer game glitch.
So bloody Simmons shoots Jack in the back.
Yeah, I've been there.
What a dog.
Yeah, yeah. It's good. He makes a good point though. Why
They
isn't there
make
like
sleeves.
Kevlar sleeves?
It's because it's maneuvering.
Yeah, but you could have like a joint at the shoulder and at the elbow and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a flap down
Just
there.
have think about when you get your
Oh yeah, I agree.
when you get blood pressure taken. There's like that blood pressure Velcro thing that goes around
Yeah.
your.
yeah, that's true.
One of those made out of Kevlar.
Yeah, strap around your bicep.
Mm.
Still would have got him in the shoulder though.
Yeah, I suppose.
They used the fisheye lens a few times in this.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? On top of the bed, and then another one later on. I'm like, there was no reason
The
for that.
final shot just lingered, and I'm like, this is actually too weird. Like the wall. should
Yeah,
be
it's like
curved for
they
that long.
hired the lens, and they're like, oh, we might as well use it again.
Yeah.
Get a money's
Why?
worth.
Because it looks so good. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
it. Yep.
The bed, yeah, on top of the bed wasn't too bad, but because
Well,
it was kind of like out
William
of
Garrity
mind.
though, he's not great. Sorry,
No.
mate, but
Not my first choice.
nah, not my third choice either.
But, you know, J&P, Joe and Paul wrote this.
They love their like
Pretty disappointing.
on-world episodes. They love their episodes
Yeah.
where you don't even see the Stargate.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming.
yeah. Did we see
What-
the Stargate?
What show do you write on again? Oh, a
Not
show
at all.
called Stargate.
Yeah, don't worry about showing it.
Nah, we see it every. We
It's
saw
only
we
a-
saw it in the opening credits.
It's only
that's enough.
$100,000 prop you could use every day,
Yeah.
whatever it is. All right, we done?
Mm.
It's
Time to find out
if Rhys has been paying attention.
All right. Here we go. 5 questions.
I definitely was not paying attention.
30
to this
seconds
episode.
on the clock. Your time starts at the end of the first question. What did Jack say his closet was full of?
National Geographic.
Correct. Who captured the Jafar?
Russians.
Correct. How long did Simmons make Jack wait for?
Oh. Pass.
What was Simmons' username?
Don't know.
Finally, who shot Mr. Burns.
Maggie.
Correct. How long did Jack wait for? That was the number.
20 minutes. 13 minutes.
2 hours. You let me waiting 2 hours.
As if Jack
Man.
would wait there for 2 hours.
I know. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And you said National Geographics. I would have accepted Playboys.
Yep.
What
Zoe's not
Simmons'
gonna like that.
username was user 4575. They said it like 20 times.
4574.
4. I said 5.
Turns out Brendan hasn't been paying attention.
I'm dyslexic, all right?
Brendan, your father made you wrong.
4574.
You stupid son of a bitch.
So sad.
Rhys, your father made you wrong!
You stupid son of a bitch.
It's so good no matter how many times I still fuck up and you pay me out. At least we get to play that sting at the end.
I can't wait for the actual episode. That's going to be great.
Yeah, me too. You know what it's called? I do.
What?
Not telling.
Nope. No, I don't want to. Well, I mean, you find out the character's name is Rhys pretty early on in
Yeah,
the
that's
episode,
true.
so but we
Menace.
won't ruin it for. Oh, okay. So I was literally in the middle of saying, "But we won't ruin it for you," and you're just like menace.
Good chat. Yeah, mate.
All right, that is episode 101 of Get Into Gate. Desperate Measures. We will be back next week. Our episode 102, but episode 100 of Stargate SG-1. Nice, well, nice different episode for you next week, Rhys. I'm very interested to see what you think about this. It's very unlike Stargate, but very Stargate at the same time. Wormhole extreme. There's an exclamation mark at the end there.
It's
so-
what I do.
Bit of trivia. Only episode with punctuation, I'm fairly certain.
Nice trivia. Good trivia.
What about 200? Did that have...
It's no punctuation. It's just 200.
It wasn't inverted commas?
Ooh.
I'll look into
We
that.
might have
I don't
got him
think
on a
so.
I don't know. I'm
technicality
just
there, mate.
throwing it out there.
That'll be next week on Get Into Gate. You can check out all of our past 100 plus episodes and now of Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast on your favourite podcasting app or subscription service, wherever you want to listen to. Hit us up on the socials, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Like, subscribe, share, and be part of the conversation. Come and have a chat. Just search Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast. A longer form email or even leave us a voicemail, getintogate@gmail.com, or join the show, be part of the show, contribute to the show, support the show, patreon.com/getintogate.
It's not desperate measures if you jump on Patreon, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
No inverted,
not.
no inverted commas on 200. Just
Nice.
well, according to IMDb, anyway.
Okay, well, they are a trusted source until they're not.
Well, so I'm not going to fucking Rotten Tomatoes, am I?
No, you are not. Myself, Mitch_Lewis on Twitter and Instagram. Maddie, where you at?
At High Pitch Maddie.
Brendan.
At the Bren Gibson.
Rhys.
I'm at the Flying Gibson.
And we'll catch you back next week for more Get Into Gates, episode 100 of Stargate SG-1 Wormhole Extreme.
Dream.
What about Joel and I's memories? That has an apostrophe.